crowd. Get your cocks out for the boys and make MIBR fear the cock.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy game for Rooster, but I really hope that they hit their ceiling today. They really show up to this game. Nuke's been a difficult map for them recently domestically. Lost a couple of games to some of their domestic rivals, so they're going to be having to play their A game here. It's a comfort map pick for them. And MIBR lately, they've been showing a pretty good streak on this map domestically.
Yeah, we'll see what Rooster's going to be able to do. T-side pistol, you can get off to a pretty quick belter if you're just straight into the A-bomb site, and that looks like what it will be from Rooster. First couple of shots do look pretty good. TJP, nettik, danger, all getting in the mix. And Rooster, with that, you'd have to say, surely out the gate strong. Yeah, T-pistol, it's one of the biggest momentum builders for you, whether you start slow in the first half and you lean back on it in the second half to win the T-pistol, or just roll over the CT side in an early round like this. It's always a feel-good moment. It's always a moment that will settle the nerves a little bit. And MIBR now just reduced to looking for exits, trying to build up some cash, extra plus 300 in the bank account, and trying to hold on to that Kevlar. Yeah, I think what's really important about this one as well for Rooster is just kind of getting that role going early. You know, like you've got a lot of really talented players in this team that can potentially take a game away from even a team like MIBR. And there you go. nettik is definitely an example of that. We sort of have felt he's been a little bit missing at Challenger Melbourne so far. But he's certainly got his cock out for the boys, so hopefully that'll continue out from the pistol into the gun rounds.
Yeah, MIBR is a very solid team at the moment. Domestically in Brazil, they have been doing some work. So Rooster really need the sixth man today. They really need the crowd behind them, and they've started this game off great, but they've got to deal with the round 2 force buy here. MIBR investing a lot into this one. Rooster early, little bit of util pressure over towards this upper side, but they're not in a rush to go anywhere fast.
This is the one you really don't want to lose, right? You've got all that momentum and then it just disappears. Already a little bit awkward. Brenzen and Insani able to strike early, though the trades are coming back on through thick and fast. ASAP surviving on 1 HP. They've got to deal with drop, and they do. And what's fantastic about this Pilski is nettik already 5-0, hitting his shots really nicely. And if that continues, I mean, we've talked so much about him as a win condition for this team.
Yeah. I saw him outside the hotel today pumping darts, and he's now just pumping people in the server as well. So that's exactly what you want to be seeing from him. Quick 2-0 lead here for Rooster, and now they're going to get comfy in the anti-eco, build up the cash. A little bit invested in this one for MIBR. Upgrades in terms of the pistols, but really just looking to try to slow down that snowball that is the T-side economy at this point. Rooster having a look towards outside. Sap just lightly applying some pressure with the Galil. Smoke to Annex from door side. Very light util pressure. Rooster poking and prodding, seeing where the resistance lies, so they can organize themselves in the mid to late round a little better.
This is the kind of slower approach that you might need to get used to watching this game.
We saw the MIBR play incredibly slow in the mid to late round against Rebels. Rooster do tend towards that style as well. Chelios could be on for a little bit of a farm here. The MAC-10. Straight up the heaven position, catches 2 of the CTs off guard. Beautiful. That's going to be an extra plus $1,800 towards the AWP fund.
Yeah, might even get one more with drop floating around at ladder base. Where's that kill going to go? Nowhere at this stage. Bomb plant does go down for Rooster. This is the ideal start, right? A very solid pistol.
Yeah.
Pretty good anti-force. Fantastic anti-eco.
Yeah.
Lots of money in the back pocket. The only thing is going to be, there's no upgrades really necessary for Rooster, right? They're going to take 3 Galils through 2 MAC-10s, and you know, obviously that's not a fantastic buy into the next round, but if you can then make that round work well, then you're really off to the races, and we're going to start to hear some noise here in Margaret Court Arena.
Let's all get behind the boys here. They've had the best possible start to the T side.
One more round in a row would be fantastic. I mean, that really just is like the cherry on the top. If you can win this round, this is the bonus round. This is the one that, honestly, the MIBR should win, right? And if Rooster can get it, well, they've upgraded the Mac 10s at least into AK, so that'll make the buy a little more serviceable.
Yeah. MIBR, though, they've got everything they could possibly need. They built up the max loss bonus here on the CT side. Quick pressure towards outside. Full wall of smokes out from Rooster. Exit trying to disrupt that in combination with Safe. Make the cross a little difficult. See Rooster committing to that. Dodge the HE nades, try to find the right timings, but that's exactly what Exit does. Straight through the smoke, picks the player trying to cross the secret, and Rooster now a man down. Yeah,
you can see what a difference having the weapons and the utility really makes for MIBR. Chell banged out as well by Safe, and instantly a bit of a different feeling in round 4. Once MIBR have the money to afford the weaponry, yeah, Rooster in real trouble now.
Mac 10's not kept over either. You know, they very much brought the AKs into this round around the Glils. Now they trying to complete this 3-on-5. Damage being attempted, but Rooster having no luck at all with just this slow kind of contact style. Lost that opening pick, looking for duels. TJ able to win that duel at least, take a gun away from Safe, but with low HP and the bomb in a position like this, it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I think it's really damage mitigation at this point for Rooster. Trying to take as many guns away before they eventually lose this round is the objective at this point.
Yeah, one more would be a pretty big difference maker. Danger can find it. A lot of damage onto Insani. Getting swung, though, from ladder base. Brenzen puts him down. 3 alive for MIBR. A solid first CT gun round here.
Yeah, has to be said. There will still be money in the back pocket for Rooster, but that is a rude awakening, right? That's like the fairy tale had kind of started, but now you've really got to put in the hard work to ensure that you can win this map.
This is never going to be an easy series for Rooster.
No.
The only team this can be an easy series for is MIBR, but I'm getting the sense that's not going to be the case. It looks like Rooster are off to this hot start. They've got some opportunities to work with. Chelios gets the AWP out, looking for that peek on outside.
Yep, another
Rooster
big difference maker.
Anticipating some lobby aggression or ramp aggression here. Not being obliged by MIBR, who are just playing a bit more of a hands-off approach, holding some reactive utility. Seems like they're already quite aware that Rooster are going to kind of walk around the map quite a bit on T-side. Rooster plays this very contact-heavy T-side nuke style they have for years.
Yeah, when they success for Chell.
When they find their timings, when they find the right duels, it's a very effective style. When they walk out, though, onto, you know, angles that people are prepared for, or, you know, get util dumped at bad points in the round, then things can fall apart a bit.
You probably see a lot of that as well. Util getting dropped over to Chell. He tends to be the guy who is tossing the vast majority of it for this Rooster squad.
Wall of smoke across outside, trying to deny info. Exit exchanges a Molotov. Rooster wall of smokes into uppers contact has just been their ultimate crutch for the longest time. Let's see if it'll work on the international stage.
This is going to be a big 30 seconds for Rooster. Chance to continue to hold on to control of this first half or let it slip. MIBR not too much counter util ready to go, but this is standard from Rooster. They'll be prepared for it. MIBR out the gates we go into the A bomb site. First kill for nettik, no more than that, but trades are coming through quickly enough. TJP does well for 2.
Chelios has no-scoped exit somewhere. Not sure where that happened. And drop now in a 1-on-3. MIBR unable to deal with just this slow, suffocating style. And this is Rooster's bread and butter. Like, that was the most Rooster round I've seen in a long time. This is really where they started to get going in the domestic stage, Rooster. They would play exactly that kind of round on Nuke against the Greyhound roster in these domestic competitions and give them trouble. And we used to say, there's something here. You know, there's some skilled players. They have a good intuitive sense of how to find duels, how to find favorable timings. And that is just, you know, a perfect example of what Rooster can do when they're feeling themselves and when they're at their best.
Yeah, it's a scary way to play sometimes because if it, you know, doesn't really work or something kind of goes wrong, one little mishap with 20 seconds on the clock, your round can be over. But they have this sort of magical way of each kind of finding an aim duel that they can win.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, The thing that you don't really realize, especially from an outside perspective, is it's actually a difficult style to play against in a pressure environment. When you're playing against that and there's so much anticipation, there's so much build up in the round, you know, it's coming down to the last, 20, 30 seconds, it can be something that you choke against a little bit.
Well, another poor buy from MIBR.
I think we're trying to call for a dead round here.
Maybe.
We'll see if it elapses or if we have to keep going.
No damage done. No
Dead
damage done.
round, guys,
No one saw each other. So it is going to be a dead round.
Very excited about the dead round this time. Yep, every day, mate. I see you every time. What do you think about that Falcons map? I'm sure he was happy with it. Mercury was definitely doing some damage. Mercury probably my favorite Chinese player right now. Between Mercury and Starry. I love my aggressive riflers, Jordan.
No Jam Young?
Jam Young? Oh, Jam Young.
I think he might.
I think he's in love.
He's definitely feeling it. He's feeling something, that's for sure.
Yeah, there was a twinkle in his eye.
I saw that. Fragging in the server, you're getting proposed to. What's not to love? Looks good on stage, seeing some thumbs up. I mean, look, the only thing is, like, that's just a little bit of a break in the momentum, right? And Rooster, they're up 4-1. You know, they're going into that sort of anti-eco round. This is another big one for them.
Yeah. Look, I'm sure they can keep that momentum going in the anti-eco round. And what I will say as well, like, with this very slow style, and it's the kind of thing that MIBR wanted to do against Rebels, really slow things down in the mid to late round. So it's something they also like to do on the T side. They kind of had their issues playing in that way in the second half against Rebels yesterday. And I think, that's what they were talking about with the interview, talking about pressure and talking about, just making sure you close out games and things like that.
Same approach from both teams. You can see same set of util comes out from Rooster, same boost over toward ramp room from MIBR.
Yep.
Not changing anything up.
Chelios solo on outside here. Needs to be a little careful. It's good that he switched on here because drop walking up towards secret side could have been an issue to catch him in the side. That's an AWP dropped, and then that could be a bit of a recipe for disaster.
Well, that'll be what MIBR are looking for, this Flash rifle to have some kind of an impact. Flash does connect onto Chell, but he's got a bit of backup there, and you're getting the sense that they're maybe expecting someone now to come from secret. That nade would indicate as much.
Yeah, MIBR on the other hand have spotted 2 players on outside at least. Drop going to have a rotation across towards ramp side. MIBR just spotting the cross on outside. And now making their way down in towards lowers. nettik left on the lobby lurk.
A couple of times now, Chell looking for that exact pick has been unsuccessful with both attempts. But in this case, at least they're able to take some map control off of it. But where's that M4 and how is it going to have an impact on this round? So far, so good for Rooster as they're going to make their way down to B unscathed. They're
only really showing one set of util as well in the lowest site, which is what, MIBR is hoping they're going to wrap back to upper. But Rooster not really showing their cards too much, and that's kind of their style as well. They're not going to throw a bunch of util sets. TJ's gone down over on Annex side. That's a rifle hitting the deck. It's going to be the pivot back into upper. There's still a couple of players up here for MIBR though.
Yeah, on top of Hart, 13 seconds here. Rooster really need to make this one work perfectly. Brenzen needs to be checked in Hart and won't be. Danger. He's trying to put that bomb on the floor. He's got to get it down. He has been able to plant it in time. That won't be a factor, but this is getting messier for Rooster than they would have liked it. Or drop. He's going to be forced away from heaven by the flames. Exit has to wait that out as well. And into the 3-on-3, but a very winnable 3-on-3 for MIBR.
They've got a kid on drop.
A couple of low HP members. Chell missing that shot. One will go down at heaven. There's another there as well. Danger stepping up in this situation for the double kill. And drop running out of time. Yes, has the kit, but no. Does not have a head anymore, courtesy of nettik. And it is another one for Rooster. A little bit of a closer affair than what they would have enjoyed. But the scoreline will read 5-1, and that's exactly what they want.
And nettik is back into it. That's a quintessential nettik round. There is a reason why, despite not being in the Greyhound FlyQuest roster, he is one of the highest rated players in Oceania, usually the highest rated. Go back through all of the qualifiers. This guy's right up the top, 1.3, 1.4 rating domestically. Does drop off a little bit internationally just due to the level of things. But MIBR, they're definitely taking this one seriously. They did a fair bit of economic damage there against Rooster in that round, and now going into the TAC timeout, going to have a chat about how they can make this round work. They've got full util, they've got the AWP out on safe, they've got all the tools they need to be using here.
Another full gun round out for MIBR, another opportunity to come back into this half. First gun round did look quite good from them. But it's really one small piece of success in what has actually been largely quite a difficult game for MIBR so far. Safe will give away his position with that AWP. Chell's going to look for it. He's actually got the AK this time around. Might have been better off with the AWP in this case.
Yeah, denied that opening duel. Trying to play with confidence, and you know, we talked about the double-edged sword of Chelios. I think that is case in point. Now the 4-on-5 for Rooster, heavily stacked up in lobby. ASAP looking for this rotation timing on. Outers going to slip through the smoke into Annex and try to wrap these uppers players on the right timing. Finds the entry, but still there's more pressure from MIBR on all sides. Up vent, able to finally trade him out, and the rest of Rooster hasn't made it out lobby yet.
Yeah. Tough trade there for Danger, just a little bit too late really to the party to make it easy for himself and see what TJP can do after being gassed up a little bit by the crowd.
Just waiting for an MIBR player to put a toe out of line. Find a player that he can potentially punish, but that is a very quick peek from Insani.
Yeah.
Good little off angle in Annex. 3 alive for MIBR is going to shut that one down for Rooster for now, who, without a bomb plant, not a whole lot of loss bonus built up. I'm not sure how their buy is going to be looking into the next round. I know they have 1 or 2 players who are a little poorer. They can probably put at least 2 or 3 rifles together. And we all know that Rooster loves a bit of a force buy, a bit of a hero AK. And that's what we're going to be seeing here.
Yeah, in the hands of Danger. It's not something that you would see every day. But he's got the set of head armor.
Wall of smoke across outside yet again. This is all the util that's on offer for Rooster in this round. From this point onwards, it's all just going to be the timings and the firepower to get it done. Exit playing things safely in towards low up. The safe catches one on the cross.
A little bit of a jiggle here from Exit. Should be more than happy with the smoke down and then back away. Spotted out Danger. Oh, might have just been a little bit late there, but wasn't the clean headshot that Danger needed to open the account. And round's looking pretty comfortable for MIBR at the moment. They are fairly confident that they are aware of where most of those Rooster members are.
Yeah, their rotations are excellent here. Got a crossfire down in lower. Insani ready to punish anybody who tries to go towards warehouse side, and it's exactly what Rooster are looking for. Creeping out onto these lines. Spotting the cross, killing a little bit of damage. Danger really gunning for that peak, but punished by Insani, who's very low, but the aim punch too much of an issue. And this is looking like a very clean anti-eco for MIBR. No guns lost at all. They are back into this game of Nuke.
Indeed, right back into the swing of things. Rooster are starting to run out of money. They will get a pretty serviceable buy through. They were able to do some work with a buy like this earlier on, but 3 Galils, 2 AKs.
Again, early smokes across outside and the front vent, trying to play info denial. There's nettik. That is exactly what he does a lot of the time. Pick out door. Exit though, playing close up towards secret side, punishing ASAP on the cross yet again.
Danger's got a molly.
going to spread?
It is.
Yeah, starting to spread now. A lot of damage done to exit there. And Punish trying to escape, but are they ready for drop this quickly?
You wouldn't think so, and he's going to be able to strike very nicely. A bit too late for, again, Danger being able to find the trade. Tough with the Galil in that circumstance anyway. Back to the 3-on-3, and TJP might just get caught wandering. Safe. Missing the shot. It's going to allow Rooster passage into the A bomb site. He'll be up onto Heaven. They'll be aware of that. Renzen behind the back vent. Now up the vent drop. He'll be finished off by Danger, and TJP is very pleased with that.
As a 6th round for Rooster, it's already looking like a serviceable T-side on Nuke. Anything over the top of this is going to be kind of a bonus at this point to switch over to CT.
Yeah, I don't know that you can have that kind of mentality, though, in this sort of a matchup as Rooster. You kind of have to take everything that you can get because, look, MIBR is a very good team, and the more work you put in the first half, the easier it gets in the second. So there should be no resting on the laurels at this point for Rooster.
I have to say, that round, I mean, Safe in particular, hits any of those AWP shots and it's probably over.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've seen him, you know, have a rough one against Rebels here. He's the aggression into lobby though, a change up from MIBR.
TJ's waiting for it, but only has a Mac 10 head armor lacking for Renzen, but he'll still survive, win the duel. There's the lobby crunch from Drop as well, and that has worked out phenomenally for MIBR. Danger won't be able to get out of here with anything, and that is a big change up from MIBR that's caught Rooster off guard and depleted the coffers once more. So
they are so broke.
You have to take a full save here, right?
Yeah, I think you force 2 in a row. Like ASAP and nettik are brokies. You know, $1,400.
0 AK.
Yeah,
Fair
I think
enough.
this is what you got to go for. Try and go for 2 rounds. If you can win with the pistol armor and the hero AK, then you get a much better buy in the next than you would have access to. And if you don't, then you're gunning at it with, you know, Mac 10's armor, pistol armor, util, or Galil and limited util. It's going to be a bad buy no matter which way you swing it. nettik trying to force things outdoor. Was able to find success getting a pick in that part of the map before, but this time punished by Drop.
Well, exit. He'll spot ASAP out. A little bit of an off angle, really, that does catch him. AK's been retrieved by Danger. He's been very patient. He's taken a bit of a different approach. He's got the Tech 9 in hand instead of the AK.
Not much going on for Rooster. Confined to lobby. Not many options, really. Insani, very deep info line here. Controlling those rotations once again. Exactly what we saw from him over towards warehouse side seems to really be his style on this CT side, and he's playing an excellent game here. It's a reason why this man is one of the standouts for MIBR.
So now, as Rooster, do you have that incentive to just take this AK into the next round?
Yeah, but
they're at 1900 or something loss bonus. They're not getting an AK next round.
Yeah.
You might just be a bit more interested in keeping TJP on his feet right here.
Chelios just being a little goblin. Seeing if he can, you know, bait someone into a peek, get himself his hands on an AK, but Insani way too switched on right now. He's a big problem for Rooster on this CT side.
MIBR is aware that TJP is going to want to hold on to this AK, so they're going to go hunting. Oh, straight up onto hut roof. He's in trouble here. This would be a miracle if he survived.
Is he? Is he though? I don't think so. I think he's fine. I think he's chilling. Are they going to wrap back in?
No.
They're looking at T-Spawn. He's swindled them. He's absolutely swindled them. Where are they going?
Where are you even going?
Where are they going?
I don't think they got the memo. Well, let's see how big of an impact that saved AK can actually have.
I'm a bit worried for that old mate there. Like, that is a lot of face paint.
It is.
Might need a bit of a lead poisoning test or something after this one.
It's into the hands of nettik again. He's twice in a row gone aggressive early in the round. Door's going to be broken open one more time. It's Rooster that are not going to be messing around at all. nettik looking for that trade. Will get one. There's another actually out from the Tech 9, but it's just a flood of MIBR members on the site, and Rooster have no success. 6 apiece is the half scoreline. Not too bad for either side.
I guess our preparation for the upcoming games is playing CS because, as I said, we are playing a lot of tournaments, and I guess we have like 80 maps in less with 3 months, so everyone is playing a lot, and I think our preparation is coming from that. So everyone is sharp, is playing good, and I guess this amount of tournaments that we are playing is helping us to be as good as we are, so we are ready to play any kind of match.
Time is running out for the planet Earth. Terror, violent hatred.
Hungrier than a fat burger, feeding off them tracks that I have to murder. Show no courtesy verbally. I look at the mic as a burner. When I murk MC's industry figures have to merger. What's a bum bum? Understand it, dudes panic where the bullet hit. The whack lyrics was targeted. Beats produced by Ski Whip. Standard procedure is poison these fetuses, make it hot and feverish. Who started this ish? Y'all feelings asleep and narcoleptic, marketing that garbage mixed with sodium bicarbonates. I'm the pharmacist with the recipe, dumping chunks of funkadelic on the parliament. Paper chasing me now, that's a funky following. Spitting iron bars you keep swallowing. No tolerance for the bullish, man. I'm what the problem is. Victims be tripping like acid when I'm blotting them, swatting them like flies and put shots in them, stick a needle in their arm just to prove a point. I'm the apocalypse. Bam is not the average, my flows got more patterns than bandanas do damage, and my control victims with words like religious pamphlets. I take your sandwich and focus your whole planet, smoking on volcanic while I'm swinging from my hammock. Stickers don't understand it, I'm doper than opium, funky Ethiopian, blowing up beats like plutonium, causing pandemonium, slapping your cronium. Keep it real with all my niggas.
I think we'd look forward to playing MIBR. I think we like their game style a lot. We like Brazilian CS, especially Chelios does, so I think he'll be very keen for that game.
Hasn't been a half bad game on either side. I don't know that Chell is necessarily overly excited about the fact that it only ended up being a 6-6 scoreline at the end of that half. There was definitely a world where that actually could have blown out a little bit more for Rooster, but MIBR did a pretty good job of pulling their way back into it. Now swapping sides, and it'll be Rooster moving over to CT. Pistol feels as though it might be a bit of a tempo setter for this second half, and I felt that sometimes the CT pistols have been not fantastic from the Australian teams at these kinds of events.
Let's see how they go this time around though. MIBR, 5 sets of armor. Not playing around on this T side at all. Quickly making moves towards ramp. It's almost certainly going to be a quick play in towards ramp. Danger probably just going to look for a pick and try to play things safe afterwards. He's got the kit and the smoke, so he needs to stay alive until the late round.
Might be easier said than done. Just fires off a couple of quick shots and decides to get out of there. We'll give up ramp control. That's fairly standard as far as exchanges are concerned. But where's the assistance? Kell watching the right side. Danger. He's good for one. That's going to be the defuse kit drop down on the B bomb site. ASAP from range with those dualies is trying to get a bit more information, but MIBR could be anywhere at this point in time. TJP on for the timing, gets the first. Not quite so clean for the second, but that'll be enough to give it back to the 2-on-2, and ASAP's looking for more. The dualies reign supreme, and now it's exit solo. 1-on-2.
They've got to close this. Exit, bomb in hand. Trying to silently drop onto the site and see if he can find a little bit better of a timing, and Rooster just playing together. Trying to 100% this round.
He's waiting for him. TJP will go first. ASAP to look for the trade. Here we go. Block in hand. Headshot connected. ASAP, though, is indeed good for the trade. And that is another pistol for Rooster. 2 from 2 on the map.
Yeah, it's good stuff from ASAP. He's had actually a bit of a rough start to this game, but getting a couple of kills, CT pistol is hopefully going to be a bit of a confidence boost for him. can be a big asset to Rooster when he's having a good game. Just another one of these assertive, aggressive riflers who goes and wins you a game when he's feeling it. Full save from MIBR. Couple of Deegs in the mix though. Could present some problems for Rooster if they're not careful. And they are a team that does tend to try to play this bully style anti-eco a lot of the time. Don't really rely as much on, you know, set crossfires, set pieces of util. Do really like to use the range of the rifles, and that is exactly an example of it backfiring.
Yeah.
Nettik goes down, out on yard. That's an M4 hitting the deck, and MIBR can potentially go and claim.
It's a very difficult M4 for Rooster to get back. Chell has only got an MP9, so this is not really a favorable duel for him. Rooster are kind of aware that MIBR are wanting to cross outer, and so TJP is going to have a quick look or two. There you go, a little bit nicer with the MP9 from him.
He's having a great game. TJP, I mean, a player who is quite up and down. Usually, when he's up, he's real up.
Even still, Bomb's been able to cross down lower, and it's onto Danger to try to figure things out here. He's in an awkward spot where he's got to watch multiple angles and gets kind of caught in transition. Fast rotate from Chell after having picked up that M4, but he's now in trouble. USP out to keep himself safe for the moment. Still being pressured by Drop. Where's the backup? There it is. TJP helps out, and in the end, Rooster have actually done a pretty good job in that round of retrieving the M4 and stopping the bomb from going down, but it was a bit touch and go.
It was very touch and go. It was getting real scary, courtesy of a free haircut handed out from Silo. Very impressive shot from Exit to open up this round and definitely make things difficult for Rooster. TJP using that MP9 like a bit of a laser beam though. This was another bit of a clencher moment on Megaton, but they figure it out. 8 and 6 for Rooster. Tack timeout for Rooster. They need to take a bit of a breath, especially after that round got a bit spicy. Make sure that they align themselves, make sure that they decide how much they're investing into this one. Right now, the money not looking fantastic for Rooster, so this is actually an incredibly important round for them. Over on the side of MIBR, bit of a lack of flashes overall. But we'll see what they're going to bring into this. Do have to kind of pick and choose your util in these early couple of gun rounds on the T side.
Couple MP9s taken through. TJ putting the MP9 to good work in the last round, but MIBR with a much more threatening buy this time around. It's a little cheeky from nettik being able to cross into Secret. See what he's going to be able to get up to.
A lot of disruption on outside here from Rooster. It's just Insani left behind. MIBR going to keep this one pretty simple. Blowing open the smoke, flash to scale, Danger under a lot of pressure. The second flash catches him full blind. That is just good stuff from MIBR, layering the util perfectly, and now starting to scale into lower.
Shell's going to be spotted out here as well. That'll be an easy one for Insani, and it kind of comes down to nettik doing a bit of magic here. He actually opts not to try to deny the bomb plant. Might have been his undoing if he did. Yeah, this round has just fallen apart for Rooster. They've given so much map control to MIBR.
Insani is just positionally perfect in this game. You know, we saw a similar game from Sassanito the other day against Aurora, you know, in that Apex game. But this is a similar kind of story. Insani literally hasn't made a mistake this entire game. He's just been playing the angles perfectly on CT side, controlling the rotations, and then here on T side as the 1 in the 1-4 in the lurk position, he's having so much impact. Like, he's making Rooster's life a nightmare on these rotations.
Yeah. That would have to be an extremely unsettling way to lose that round as well. Rooster didn't look like they were in a position to even compete.
Yeah, I mean, Danger got caught full white by this flash, and it was a domino effect. MIBR, they go into the lowers post-plant straight away. Insani left on the lurk, and he just controls these rotations. Over on Annex side, rotation's one of the most important parts of CT side Nuke, and if you get disrupted or your rotations are poorly timed or, you know, the communication's not on point, that's where things fall apart. So now Rooster in a bit of a pickle. They're going to save around this single M4, but this is allowing MIBR, after a round like that where they had 5 alive, to build up so much economy, so much cash on this T side, which is going to make this an incredibly difficult game for Rooster.
Yep. I mean, look, nettik, he's got the M4, so see if he can position himself to cause a bit of havoc in this round, but beyond that, it's more likely than not going to be the 8-8 scoreline. TJ's already been dropped.
So the triple nade into the outer smokes. MIBR, this slow T side, very well organized. It's what we saw do them a lot of favors against Rebels. It was really the CT side that let them down. Rooster not really having too much impact here, and nettik 2 rounds in a row has not really been able to get into the action until the round's already done. We need to see that change.
Nonetheless, it'll be a buy round next for Rooster, so they'll have to look to run it back.
They need to be proactive, they need to be assertive, and I know that's difficult against the style that MIBR is presenting, because they're playing quite slow, they're holding the angles, they're setting up players to control the rotations. So, you know, it's a risk versus reward kind of thing, but Rooster, when they're at their best, are a team that's assertive. They go out there, they win the game, they have these aggressive riflers that have impact. You cannot see players like nettik just sit on the sidelines for these gun rounds and have no impact. It's not going to be doing them any favors.
Yeah. Same for Chell, right? CT AWPing, he's going to want to try to get in the thick of things early. It's going to be a deep smoke into Squeaky.
Especially in a round like this, they just have no util to fall back on. The CT economy was still shaky going into this buy, and you see a lot of lackluster weapons. You know, you can't just play this one by the numbers and expect to win. Outside smokes here for MIBR into util pressure for upper, but it's going to be the second wave that is going to be problematic for Rooster.
Yeah, ASAP's going to hold on to that molly for dear life and hope that he gets it down at a good time. Could be a big difference maker in the round if he does. Still just over a minute left on the clock, so MIBR don't need to be doing anything too quickly. Chell's a mile away from that A-bomb site.
See MIBR just trading a few pieces of util with the CT side, knowing they've got more overall. They're waiting for Rooster to get nervous and make a mistake before they kick off their uppers execute.
Oh, here we go. Molly's getting tossed on in. ASAP trying to play anti-flash. Hasn't been too successful there. Nade's going to give him a little bit of a tickle, and MIBR using as much util as they can before walking into the meat grinder. And indeed it is 2 kills, 1 for TJ, 1 for ASAP, but very quickly brought back in the other direction. Thing is though, Rooster have been given time to rotate. Danger could still cause a bit of a ruckus, and Chell on the backside, waiting to hear that bomb plant go down before pushing further forward. MIBR have low members, and it's time for Danger to see if he can make an impact. He'll wait patiently, and now have a little bit of a look. Might have spotted both players under the silo there. The big question is, what is Chell up to in this moment? Really taking their time here, Rooster, and I think it's going to get the better of them eventually. It does. 9-8. MIBR secure a bit of a up and down round, but they do it pretty comfortably.
I mean, you just see the patience there for MIBR. They really give Rooster a lot of time to make mistakes that they can potentially punish. When that doesn't happen, they're quite happy to like pace the execute based on what the CTs are doing. You know, the molly in Hut went down. They were quite happy to pivot back towards Squeaky Door. They were quite happy to lean on that second or third layer of their execute in towards uppers. They're not in a rush to get into that post plant. And in that case, it really worked out a treat for them, you know, despite a couple of early trades there for Rooster. MIBR were able to close out the mid to late round quite cleanly. Needed to see some more activity in heaven there for Danger. If he finds a nice swing timing, that could have been a difference maker.
Well, let's see what he can do. 5-7. I mean, this is actually the time to make a difference. Line him up, knock him down. Doesn't quite happen. All of Rooster have rotated down to B.
Yeah, I mean, the ramp pressure is going to prompt the lowest stack. 2 players a little lower for MIBR, but they've got so much cash, Jordan. Like, these rounds have been so clean for them, for the most part. That initial gun round with 5 alive, the anti-ecos that they've been showing. And that's why I say, like, Rooster, they're going to have to win so many gun rounds to be able to win this game of Nuke. MIBR heavily favored and looking like they're going to go up to double digits here.
Yeah. Tough for Rooster to come back from, definitely. I mean, making a comeback happen on the CT side. No money. It's a pretty dire situation to be in. You can see how methodical MIBR are being. There's one input from ASAP, but that's about all you're going to get out of the round. So double digits indeed. MIBR up to 10. And they're sort of just putting one foot in front of the other, making sure that these rounds are going in their direction.
It's just really good fundamentals from MIBR. You know, they're playing a pretty straightforward, simple style of CS. And it's something that you have to disrupt as Rooster. You have to find your timings to find impact.
This is the round to do it. Rooster have got the buyout. If they can't get it done here, it's not going to happen.
First proper buy on the CT side. Chelios wanted to get involved in the action. See this a lot from Rooster. Aggression in towards radio. Chelios, missed shot, punished by Brenton. Danger can't do anything either. That is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the way that's going to go, then the game's over, unfortunately. Chels missed too many AWP shots this game, unfortunately. Like, those are the shots that he hits every day of the week, the ones where on T side he's going from red crate and trying to sort of take the shot into lockers. Like, these sorts of duels are the ones that he wins normally.
Yeah,
and hasn't been. Definitely been off his game here on Nuke, and I think that's been a unfortunate negative for Rooster. And yeah, I mean, that gun round just disappears. Like, there's just nothing to it.
This is the tale of Rooster against international competition. You know, the overall macro is not quite there. The rounds end up getting too difficult because they make mistakes. And most importantly, exactly as you mentioned, not enough players show up at the same time for Rooster ever. And you even see it domestically. Different players, you know, usually 2 players at a time will be having a good game. And this time it seems like TJ and nettik are the ones really kind of performing quite well. You're seeing some good multi-frags from them. Yesterday, it was ASAP who had a fantastic game, but there's just no consistency map to map, unfortunately.
Well, they're going to give it a crack here with nettik being given an M4, but he's already down to 12 HP, so he's going to have to ferry that one over to TJP, the next in line, I suppose. But wishful thinking, I think, at this point now for Rooster.
Yeah, and MIBR, I mean, it's wall of smoke across the outside and just turtling in towards lobby. They punish the peak over on Squeaky side. TJ trying to make a play with the M4. Insani is, again, just being an absolute pain in the side here for Rooster. He is self-sufficiently finding so much value on that lurk roll on the T side.
Too clean. Yeah,
it is clean. It's very clean from MIBR. It's a very intentional way of playing CS.
Nice couple of shots from Danger, gives the crowd something to cheer about, but few and far between as we get deeper into this map of Nuke. It's 12-8, 1 round away for MIBR.
And it was a hot start to this game for Rooster. They're going to take a tack timeout and try to find what was working for them. But this CT side has been a nightmare, you know. They won that pistol, and that's been it. As soon as MIBR got money together, as soon as they got guns rolling, it has been their game through and through on this T side. Look at Safe. He's almost got 16 grand. Like, this is ridiculous. And 5-digit economy is a side effect, unfortunately, of Rooster not fragging enough. You're not taking guns away from the T side. You're not being competitive in these rounds. At least one guy's happy.
He's bold. I'll give him that. Well, Rooster, one last bite at the cherry. Shell's managed to get an AWP out. They've got good weaponry. They've got good util. No defuse kits, though, so wouldn't want to be seeing the bomb plank go down. But I think that's the least of the concerns at the moment for Rooster. MIBR are going to turn their attention back toward outer.
Yeah, it's wall of smokes across outside. This time, the rest of the team joining up with Insani, layering who is the lurker. You don't always want to have the same player. Gets a little bit too one-dimensional. So drop left behind in towards lobby side this time. And MIBR just little pieces of util. Info denial on outside. Single flash down secret doesn't tell Rooster a lot, and they haven't really rotated too much outside of TJP down to lower here.
They're Just jump spotting for the info.
Oh, Drops made it down vent through the front squeaky door smoke. This is a nightmare. You cannot rotate in this scenario as Rooster, except through Megaton. If you try to go down vent from uppers, you're going to get absolutely domed.
It's a favourable duel though for TJP, but not if it goes like that.
Was not ready for drop in the vent at all.
Certainly not. And Chell's just banged out. There is nothing to be done, I'd say, for Rooster. It's been a pretty dire CT side. One plant's going to go down on B. And Danger will probably have to be the sacrificial lamb here, though. He is the one that's holding on to the majority of the util. Time's run out. We've got to go. Smokes, nades, everything getting tossed in. Last-ditch attempt for Rooster, but they are walking into the slaughterhouse, and there is no two ways about it. It is just Danger now, and that is that. MIBR will win map 1, 13-8, and well on their way toward the playoffs. Rooster had their moments, definitely, but just not enough of them, and they've lost their map choice, so that's going to be some cause for concern, Pilski.
I think similar to the Rebels game, like MIBR.